Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanatamsya. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Today we continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 3, Chapter 10, Text 10. Okay, and so Viduruvacha Yathatha Bahurupasya Harer Adbhut Karmanaha Kalakyam Lakshanam Brahman Yatha Varnayana Prabho. Vidur inquired from Maitreya, O my Lord, O greatly learned sage, kindly describe eternal time, which is another form of the Supreme Lord, the wonderful actor. What are the symptoms of that eternal time? Please describe them to us in detail. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, time I am. You know, Krishna is time. Kal. It's also called as Krishna's will, the most benevolent will of Krishna. The complete universe is a manifestation of varieties of entities, beginning from the atoms up to the gigantic universe itself, and all is under the control of the Supreme Lord in his form of Kal, or eternal time. The controlling time has different dimensions in relation to particular physical embodiments. So we know the tiniest thing over here, they are the atoms, the tiniest. And then the biggest thing that we can imagine here is the whole universe. So everything is under the control of the Lord. Everything. And then the time is relative to different living entities. For example, we can see that we know, like a dog, his years are different than human years. In human calculation, if a dog is 13 years old, for example, human calculation is really very, very old. So we can see that the time is relative to every living entity, like a tiny ant. For a tiny ant, his one day, I'm not exactly sure how much it is, but his 100 years will be barely of any time, you know. Similarly, our 100 years is barely any moments for Lord Brahma. That there is a time for atomic dissolution and a time for the universal dissolution. There is a time for the annihilation of the body of the human being, and there is a time for the annihilation of the universal body. So everything, atoms also get destroyed with time. There's a time where the universe gets destroyed. Everything is happening by the will of the Supreme Lord. It's in a very organized manner. There is no by chance or coincidence. Everything is happening in a very orderly manner, very orderly. Also, growth, development, and resultant actions all depend on the time factor. Vidur wanted to know in detail the different physical manifestations and their times of annihilation. So he wants to understand more detail about time. Any questions or comments on that? If no, then we'll continue reading text 11. Maitreya Vacha Guna Vyati Karakaro Nirvishesho Pratistitaha Purushastad Upadanam Atmanam Lilaya Srajat. Maitreya said, eternal time is the primeval source of the interactions of the three modes of material nature. It is unchangeable and limitless, and it works as the instrument of the Supreme Personality of Godhead for his pastimes in the material creation. So time, like how does the creation also begin? Like, all the activity, how it happens when time mixes with the three modes of nature. So Mahavishnu, he puts everything there. The Mahatattva is there, the three modes of nature are there. Then when as time goes by, time agitates the mixing of the modes. And then as the three modes starts mixing, then all the elements become manifest one after another. So the impersonal time factor is the background of the material manifestation as the instrument of the Supreme Lord. It is the ingredient of assistance offered to material nature. No one knows where time began and where it ends, and it is time only which can keep a record of the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material manifestation. This time factor is the material cause of creation and is therefore a self-expansion of the personality of Godhead. Time is considered the impersonal feature of the Lord. So time is actually the will of the Lord. It's his will. It is eternal. It's like a chakra, like a wheel, which goes around eternally, eternally. We don't know when it started, but it's the supreme will of the Lord. The time factor is also explained by modern men in various ways. Some accept it almost as it is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. For example, in Hebrew literature, time is accepted in the same spirit as a representation of God. It is stated therein, God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. This is Hebrew literature describing time. Time is accepted in the same spirit as representation of God. Yes, Krishna says, time I am. Here also we are reading that time is considered the impersonal feature of the Lord. It is stated therein, God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. I'm not able to fully understand what it means. If anyone would like to dive deeper into this, we could discuss it.
Just what I am understanding.
Otherwise, we can continue reading.
What I am trying
Metaphysically, time is distinguished as absolute and real. Absolute time is continuous and is unaffected by the speed or slowness of material things. Time is astronomically and mathematically calculated in relation to the speed, change, and life of a particular object. So this we are getting technically into how time actually is measured. Even Einstein, when he uh, discovered the theory of relativity, he said that time is calculated in relation to speed, change, speed and change, you know. Factually, however, time has nothing to do with the relativities of things. Rather, everything is shaped and calculated in terms of the facility offered by time. Time is the basic measurement of the activity of our senses, by which we calculate past, present, and future. But in factual calculation, time has no beginning and no end. So time is actually eternal. In the material world, actually, we say, oh, in our understanding, everything has a beginning, then it stays for some time, and then it ends as time passes by. But actually, time is eternal. So in the spiritual world, it is eternal. That's the reason there is no change, you know. And like that's how the spirit soul, it's never changes because time is eternal. The soul is eternal. Chanakya Pandit says that even a slight fraction of time cannot be purchased with millions of dollars, and therefore, even a moment of time lost without profit must be calculated as the greatest loss in life. Time is not subject to any form of psychology, nor are the moments objective realities in themselves, but they are dependent on particular experiences. So we know that so many times we want to bring back our happy times back. We wish, oh, that time it was such a happy time. I wish we could go back there, but we can't. Time once gone, finished. Like for example, today 4 a.m. in the morning, and now if I say I want it back, I cannot get it back. And that's why Chanakya Pandit says that time is so important. It's even a single fraction of time. We are always thinking that, you know, sense enjoyment is important, but we have to see that how we are utilizing every moment by moment, how we are utilizing, because these moments, we have been given this moments and allocated a certain time that we can be in this particular body. And so we should be very careful of how we are utilizing each moment. Am I utilizing this each moment to connect to Krishna, to remember Krishna? Or am I utilizing it to turn away from Krishna? That choice we have. That's our choice. Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami concludes that the time factor is intermixed with the activities, actions, and reactions of the external energy of the Lord. The external energy or material nature works under the superintendence of the time factor as the Lord himself. And that is why material nature appears to have produced so many wonderful things in the cosmic manifestation. So Krishna, by his time, by this time factor, he's the one who starts agitating the three modes of material nature, which is there in the Mahatattva. So that's the reason time is called as the most benevolent will of the Lord. It's the will of the Lord. Whatever is happening, we are seeing it's all happening by the sanction of the Lord. Each moment is bringing us different experiences, different circumstances. So that is all the will of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita 9.10 confirms this conclusion as follows. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sachara charam hetu nanena kaunteya jagad vipari vartate. So Krishna says 9.10 that this material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So as time passes by, it's the circle, the wheel of time. As it goes by, then the material creation happens, it's maintained for some time, and then it dissolves. All that is related to the breathing of Mahavishnu. As Mahavishnu is one breath, this whole thing is happening. Is that okay? It's very technical, but if we can just try to understand that time is the will of the Supreme Lord. It's his will.
I miss his will.
Anyone wanted to discuss anything or comment?
I think Neha,
question?
you wanted to say something, Neha?
No, actually,
I'm not able to hear anyone.
really.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Haribol, Neha, I'm not able to hear you. I think you're
Neha ji, can you hear
speaking
me?
something, but actually
I
I'm
can-
not
I
able
can
to
hear
hear
Neha.
anyone today.
I can hear Neha. Shilpa, you can hear me?
Oh, what happened? No wonders. I was wondering.
I can hear everybody.
Oh.
Shilpa, Neha, and Sneha.
Yeah, I think Shilpa can't hear us.
Shilpa ji can't hear us.
No, I can't hear.
I
So
guess
was
ask her to,
wondering what
somebody can
was-
send a message that exit and come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'll exit and I'll come back. Thank you.